Bullseye!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Taii Wakeen. Perfect shot. This is a burn deck and it's pretty much a mono red deck. In fact, it's so close to being a mono red deck, I'm running Blood Moon and Nykthos in it. Taii Wakeen, perfect shot, can draw you cards for doing burn. She can also increase the amount of damage dealt on burn by paying X and tapping, turning your 1 damage spells into 1 plus X damage spells, meaning that anything can be, well, a fireball. It's really strong because it doesn't just work for spells, it also works for abilities. Any kind of non-combat damage with Taii Wakeen can be increased, and that means that you can turn your lightning bolts and the pings you get from the lightning bolts using things like Thermo Alchemist or Electrostatic Field into big, giant burn spells. Taii Wakeen is also the sort of card that people are going to try to remove. So this deck is running many ways to increase the damage that we have, protect Taii Wakeen, and then burn our opponents. I'm not going to say it's a Storm deck, but we are running Grape Shot. We can draw cards off Taii Wakeen, and there's a Burgie in here too. We also have lots of ways to just turn these burn spells into game finishers with things like Fiery Emancipation and Torbrand. We also have some really funky ways to bounce damage around to get multiple triggers off of the same piece of non-combat damage using cards like Toralf and Chandra's Incinerator. And if that wasn't enough, we also have Oyer Ashenil and Solvum. These are both just incredibly good cards when it comes to non-combat damage, which we're already increasing, so we may as well increase some more. So we're going to take Taii Wakeen into the queue, and we're going to take our shot. Voren collects. He's big, he's green, he's trampling, and he has reach. He also gets you 2 force when he enters the battlefield. And he's kind of hard for me to kill with burn because he's got 6 toughness. But thankfully I have a little bit of other removal in hand with Swords to Plowshares. I feel like this is going to be a game of bolting the bird. That's pretty much a bird. I don't have any counters, or I don't have counter spells. Yeah, I was gonna say I have Reprieve in this deck. I don't have any counter spells. Dreadhorde Arcanist or Taii Wakeen are both pretty fun here. I kind of like setting up the Dreadhorde Arcanist so I could recast that. But for now, just Taii Wakeen so I can draw a card off the Tectonic Hazard and maybe kill another elf if they happen to play one. Wouldn't that be nice? Leafkin Druid. I can kill both of these. In fact, I think I will. I will pay X equals 2, making sure I'm leaving up some red here. And I'm going to play Tectonic Hazard. That's going to deal 3 damage to their face and each of their creatures. A source has dealt a lethal amount of damage, perfect to a creature. And we get to draw a card. Ooh, G-Snipe. Return from the Wilds is going to get them another 1/1. Good, I'm good at killing 1/1s. Bring back that recast. Set up for some additional damage off Electrostatic Field. I'll just swing it with Taii Wakeen. Next turn, Vorinclex might come out. And I can't quite kill Vorinclex. I would need 1 more land for the Tectonic Hazard to be able to kill him, because he has 6 toughness. So fingers crossed, get a land. If not, I'll Swords to Plowshares him, and that's not really what I want to do because it will gain them life, but it's okay. I can still do it. Ooh, wait, Toralf. Deal that. Lets me move damage over. That could be fun in a turn. It'd be very, very, very fun. I can let Vorinclex live for a turn. I'll pass. That's a very good henge. Gonna get them some card draw off casting critters. They can even flip over Vorinclex to get some creatures into play. And also a bunch of other stuff. I really like this Vorinclex. I put him in like most of my mostly green decks because he kind of does it all. Gets you lands, makes stuff bigger, gets you more creatures, is big, is trample. Oh, nice Ashaya. You've seen worse henges? Yeah, I've seen worse henges. I will take 6. Now I think we have to see how silly we can get. Ooh, hot grapes. I will attack with the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Toralf, you can stay back. Oh, right. Full control mode is on. I would like to cast Tectonic Hazard. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should get kind of strange. We cast it. That's going to deal 5 damage to their face. It's going to deal a bunch of damage across these. So now I can bounce the 4 damage onto the Voren Klex. That's going to deal excess damage. The damage is also being increased because of Taii Wakeen. So now I have 7 damage to throw onto a Shaya. Maybe I should have attacked the Toralf. Which means I have 8 damage, which is actually lethal? I didn't do the math, but the math did itself. GG. Felia, Exuberant Shepherd. This is the dog that blinks things. Blinks your stuff, blinks their stuff, and if it is blinking their own things, then it actually grows at the end of turn. This hand is okay, because it has multiple spells that can kill the dog. And I know, it's tragic, but we are gonna have to kill that dog because Felia is actually really scary. This dog is able to blink exiling abilities. Things that tax, things that exile things from your hand even. It's a scary doggy. And they also go first. So next turn, they're probably not flashing it out until my end step. But we should expect Felia to come out and start causing problems. Oh, Felia, you're a good puppy. Naming human. That's not a human. So yeah, I think it is currently not too bad for me to just ask the turn. You know what I could do? I could actually bait out them flashing at the dog here. Yeah, let's do that. Giver of Runes swings in. Where's the dog? There is no dog. Okay. Hello, Felia, and goodbye, Felia. The dog is scary. I also think that's like playing Taii Wakeen and holding the Giver of Runes is like semi-safe, but it's one of those things where I don't feel completely safe. Did the pause there mean they have Flare? It was actually, I think, were they choosing... Yeah, do they want to sacrifice it? Is it the white Flare? That would make sense. Next turn, they can bring back Felia. She comes back tapped. I accept this as truth. I accept this as doggy. Taii Wakeen. Giver of Runes is here to protect us from various exiling effects. It could also be Solitude. Yeah, it depends. If they're holding priority at all times at Solitude, and Solitude goes in a Felia deck, since it's mono white blink. Felia returns. You're right, I'm not killing the dog. I'm just sending the dog to a nice farm in the countryside. Where she's gonna get to play with all the other good doggies. Isn't that right? Who's a good pupperino? Woof, woof. Invasion of Gobokan. They're gonna be able to hit my hand and exile a card from it. Now, I don't think there's any one really good card to hit. If they want to slow down my late game, Chandra. If they want to stop me from killing Felia, they can't, because I have 3 different spells that can kill her. But because I do think they might have Flare, one of the things I'm going to keep in mind is if I use Stomp, and they sacrifice it just for the sake of sacrificing it, burning the spell. Oh, okay. I'll lose this. I got rid of my ruby medallion. Just to see what I can draw. Actually, you guys are... You're instant. These are sorcery. I'm gonna make my Giver of Runes legendary, I think. See if this gets blinked. Actually, Taii, you can be the ring bearer. That was the exact amount of damage needed to deal damage to that doggy, so we draw a card. It's Fairy's Protection, very cool. I don't feel like I'm going to be going for any increased damage. So I'm going to attack in with Taii Wakeen. Pass the turn. That commander is double legendary. Try something else with 2 toughness. Oh, but can it not be that one? So they're gonna hit Giver of Runes, because otherwise I just protect Taii Wakeen. I'm still gonna protect Taii Wakeen. But wait, you have a Swords to Plowshares? If there's a Swords to Plowshares here, I'm gonna use Teferi's Protection. There is the equivalent. Okay, so it was Solitude. I'll wait for them to target. But it's like I'm not even there. These are not exiled. That's in the graveyard. And they had to exile a card from hand in order to get there. Great. 1, 2. With a draw. Or do I just want to use Molten Impact? I'm going to start just by using Molten Impact. We have 2 draws off just the cards we have in hand. You have Flare, too? Huh. Cool. I guess we get there. Drawing too many cards, killing their stuff. Each time we're killing things, we're getting more removal. Thankfully, Felia and her friends are very susceptible to very small burn spells. Chi-Chi. Roxan, Starfowl Savant. Roxan throws rocks, which is rough because it kills a lot of the things in our deck. Because each of those rocks deals 2 damage, gets them more mana, and actually even gets them even more mana because for some reason these rocks tap for 2 while Roxan is in play. Seriously, why? Why does she do this? Also, hello, opponent. Thankfully, I have 2 pieces of removal that can kill Roxanne, but she's refunding part of her mana cost, so we're probably going to be using these more on, you know, everything else in her deck. I kind of like Ruby Medallion over Taii Wakeen here, since it lets me get out the Chandra next turn. Also, it's just discounting all of my red spells. My deck is pretty much a mono-red deck. Ooh, Solar Transformer. I might want to abrade that. Let's go for Taii Wakeen and abrade. Destroy target artifact. No Transformers allowed here unless we're the ones talking about it on my stream, because I have a weird unhealthy obsession with Transformers. We'll see if Taii Wakeen dies. They usually have a little bit of cheap burn in their deck too in order to stop their opponents from going too quickly. Ooh, Ruby! Ruby, who conveniently dies to a shock and then draws me a card. No! Ruby, why? I've been abraded. Well, I could kill her with the Trumpeting Carnosaur, or I'm feeling Flage. Or Chandra. I just want to keep curtailing their ability to play Roxanne. Yeah, I'm gonna use Chandra. Chandra's plus. And then go for the Signet into the shock. This way, Chandra has a fairly high loyalty, so she is less likely to die to having rocks thrown at her. And we also can generate enough mana for like a Carnosaur next turn, something big, something cool, something splashy. This is the least Boros deck I've made. It doesn't even have Anim Pakal in it, and she's like the Boros card. Well, to me, she's like the Boros card. Red. Dinobinoid. Put it in hand. Do I want to play the Flage here? How many cards do I have in graveyard? Maybe. I'm able to escape that pretty soon. I'm gonna wait. Tippiest Clock says, just hearing Transformers makes sound waves in chat, huh? Boo. Roxanne, you want to come throw some rocks at Chandra? Roxanne, do you want to throw a rock at Chandra? Because I want to make you taste my Flage. Oh, parallel lives, so they can throw 2 rocks! My god. I didn't even know they allowed people to have 2 rocks. What is this? You're going down. Fear Fire Foes. No, that I don't actually have anything for that. We're gonna rip apart that parallel lives though. Sure. They know about it. Chandra is now in ultimate range. She can -7 and then casting spells kills the opponent. Kills them even more if I use Taii Wakeen because it's the source I control. Do you control emblems actually? You control emblems, right? I don't know if you do. Emblems are not controlled? Oh. I wonder if I have lethal off just like Taii Wakeen and plussing and using this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can increase damage by 6, which would mean that this one is doing 9. Chandra's... Okay, we put full control mode on. We play the Flage. Once the Flage enters the battlefield, we target their face, submit. We use Nykthos to make a bunch of red mana. We pay 2 for that. And then we go 5, 6, 7. And that deals 10 damage. Yeah! And then we plus, and we don't cast whatever it is. And they're dead. I didn't even need to attack with the Carnosaur. Math happened. Approximately. Talion, the kindly lord. He really isn't kind. He makes it so whenever I cast a spell, usually naming something like 2, I lose life. They draw cards. I don't like that. I want to be drawing cards. And I want them to be losing life. I'm a burn deck. That's how it works. Oh, don't look at my thoughts. Don't seize them. You can't seize nothing. There's nothing in here. Them being able to see my hand also means that they can even better name the number 2. It cares about the mana value, power, and toughness. Goodbye, Molten Impact. You would have been so nice. Uman! Boop. Taii Wakeen. Yeah, they know the number is 2. I'm not going for any burn here, just swinging in. We want to use you for red, you for colorless, and here is a Thermo Alchemist, uncounterable Thermo Alchemist. Can't even bolt the fairy. I want to make sure I have access to Lightning Bolt. I don't think I'd want to use it here, since I'd rather be getting all of the triggers and, like, increasing the damage from everything. Okay, I'll drop the Thermo Alchemist. This is me trying to prep for them playing their commander next turn. So I can use Taii Wakeen to increase the damage by 1 off Lightning Bolt and Flame Breather. As he enters, you choose a number between 1 and 10, and you chose 2. Well, I choose 1. And I try to kill Talion. That deals 4 damage to Talion, which means I draw a card, and 2 damage to their face. Card draw, please. Thank you. Lightning Helix is cool. So I have the choice here between, like, holding up Teferi's Protection, using this Lightning Helix. We're gonna try and do it all. I even have an Abrade. Kaito Shizuki! Making a ninja.
Someone on the inside
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. And you might be phasing out, but I just want to deal damage to your face. Now they have 7 life left. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go X equals 4. Just trying to make sure I'm leaving up a red source. I am. We deal an obscene amount of damage to this. And it is off by 1 from lethal. They're at 1 life. Yes, draw your cards. I hope they're your last. Now all I have to do is cast Teferi's Protection, and that will win me the game, right? They don't even know about the Teferi's Protection that's gonna win us the game. GG. Arna Kennerud, Sky Captain. Whenever you attack in with a creature, when Arna is in play, you can double all the counters on those creatures, double all the equipment on those creatures, and double all the auras on those creatures. This is great with things that come with counters on, or fairly strong equipment. There's a lot of stuff that's good with Arna. In paper, I actually saw a modify Arna deck that was really, really neat. You can't really do it that well in Arena, though. It's okay. Yeah, it's whenever a modified creature you control does the thing, and it was, like, based around the modify theme. Do I want to use Burn on this kitty cat? To just try and guarantee getting rid of it? With Taii Wakeen as a blocker. I'm gonna risk it with Taii Wakeen as a blocker. They are an Esper deck, though, so, like, I should probably just expect removal! Aw. Yeah. And now the cat is gonna start firing off the cat stuff. If Spell Pierce, then boo. Such enthusiasm. Also, our Pride is just so busted good. Okay, they countered that. I have a bird. The bird could block the cat. No, this doesn't work with roll tokens, because it would copy them. I guess it kind of works with the Wicked roll token, but not really. I don't really have much burn left, so I'm gonna go War Leader's Call into Esper Sentinel. Did they miss a land drop? Yeah. They have 3. That should be plenty. Plenty for most things, up until they get to 5. They also have not played any equipment, and I expect they have many things with Flash, like Felia, who can just straight up blank this bird they gave me. Do you pay the 2? You do not. Cool, free gutter snipe. Oh, that's a big dog. Woof. Bye, beautiful token. All that glitters, getting an extra copy each turn, is going to be real strong if they can get a land here. But I also don't have a way to kill Felia with the cards I currently have in hand. So I'll play Taii Wakeen. Carnosaur does not kill this. I don't think you understand number. 4 versus 3. Somebody in chat's like, you could kill it. Numbers don't add up. All right, so here's another big old buffins. This is also going to pretty much stop me from blocking this. They're going to get additional tokens. By the way, also Pride does work with Arna because it does make additional copies of the token versions of the auras and equipments in end step. It's very good. Okay, so this is back. We ping them at least for 1. Got him. I can kill the Ocelot Pride. Or I could kill Felia. Okay. If I do that for 1, they lose this. This becomes a 2/2. Leaves me with 2 mana left. Which is not enough. Okay. If I just Carnosaur this, then this becomes a 4/4. That also works. So I'm going to try that. This is harder to interrupt because it's an ability. I guess I spoke too soon. They actually had an ability counter. I guess I'll just kill the Ocelot Pride. I know, it's like... they can't counter this. It's not even a spell. Spoke too soon. It means I don't get to draw... I was going to draw 2 cards off those. Alright, so Arna's coming out, which means that Felia is now going to be extremely glittery. Perhaps swinging just for so much ding-dang damage. I'm not sure if it forces a block, but it might force a block. Okay, so Taii Wakeen vanishes like a ghost. Felia, becomes 8. Let's do this. It's fine. It's fine! That deals 1 damage. I have to remember that this deals a damage to me. I am remembering that I have a thing that deals 1 damage to me. We just play the boots and cease to exist. They blink Taii Wakeen. I actually want her to be blinked because then I get an extra ping off War Leader's Call. Oh, I get to deal 1 damage to anything? Cat token. Well, I guess I could have drawn a card. War Leader's Call won't be there. That's true. So I should have done it first, so I would have drawn a card off killing the cat because I forgot about the 1 extra damage. Ooh, Sword of Once and Future. Who's wearing that? I wish I had, like, just 1 damage to a creature so I could bounce the damage around and keep increasing it off Torolf. I just don't have it. I have no burn here for that. Well, at least I can show them what I do have, which is a 1/2. It's cool. Gotta go for the cool factor. And then we'll die. I said, and then we'll die. Thank you. GG, Arna. Patrick, Astral Archmage. This is a Storm Commander. And I have a pretty nice hand as far as just being aggressive goes. Because we can play some stuff, protect some stuff, try to flip things over, and do some burn damage. Patrick gets bigger, and then discounts spells. Whenever it becomes daytime, nighttime, nighttime, or daytime, Vadric's out here just flipping over. Now, I could just kill Vadric here. I think that's actually a very good thing to do. Especially because it makes it so the next time I cast an instant or sorcery, I might be able to kill him again. They like, clearly wanted that guy out fast. They used the Strike it Rich and everything else. Which meant, to me, I'm gonna get rid of that dude. Here, have it a Johnny. And an elegant parlor, so I can see what's on top of my deck and say, ooh, I want that. The Monastery Mentor? I think I do. Something notable is if I Spikefield Hazard my own cat token, it will be exiled and it will not flip a Johnny. It is now nighttime. Swinging in with my little aggro 2-drops. Yep, yep. Taii Wakeen, a Monastery Mentor. Go wide. Always kill Vadric. I'll do my best. They're seizing them spoils before they can storm. I mean, I'm also like a deck that says no a lot of the time, but a lot of me saying no in this deck is me just killing things with burn because that's what the commander wants us to do. Boop, boop, boop. Esper Sentinel is going to also say, do you pay the 1? Those are pretty much all the white cards in our deck. They are. Two damage at Vadric. Monastery Mentor gets to trigger. Does Vadric die? Vadric dies. This is not me maximizing like Taii Wakeen buffing things up. But it gets me a card draw. And I have a huge wide board. Even if I'm just like casting a naked grape shot, increasing the damage of Taii Wakeen next turn, because of the Monastery Mentor and the token, we're getting a lot of damage. And that should be game. GG. Amalia. Benavides Aguirre. Amalia is a life gain commander. She either gets bigger or gets a land in hand each time you gain life, because she explores. And I was about to say, we got 2 incredibly good life gain pieces recently. So normally, it's all about that turn 1 Ragavan. Like right now... No, we're getting rid of the Guide of Souls. That card is so scary! Ooh, that's another good life gain payoff piece. Well, well, well. I am very scared of you. Do I want to play Taii Wakeen so I can maybe draw a card off Molten Impact? Yeah, sure. You can gain some life. I'm a burn deck. I don't like it when you gain life, but I'm okay with you gaining some life. Guide's gotta go. It makes things bigger, It frightens me. Oh, you're gonna get bigger too. So they gain life, which means they put a counter on something because that's what Heliod does. Which means that if I wanna be drawing a card, I gotta pay 1 first. So we will pay the 1. And then we're gonna use Molten Impact. We got Roiling Vortex. Hey, that can stop life gain! That stops the thing their deck does! We just have to do it fast enough to, like, actually stop them. So, you know. I gotta hold up red. Normally, one of the, like, really fun things you can do with the abraded bluffs is just, increase its damage. Purifier Foes also can operate as a board wipe for us. Next turn, we'll have enough mana. Like, using Taii Wakeen, buffing this up, should be all good. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you trying to do? Gain a life? In front of my Roiling Vortex? Oh, hey, Johnny. What are you gonna do? Make a cat? They are, in fact, making a cat. Hi, Heliod. You don't have planeswalkers, right? Oh, yeah, like, nothing in Lord of the Rings even names planeswalkers. Huh. I'm a little surprised they didn't attack with Heliod. Ow, rude. Ooh, Sulfum could actually be very cute here. Rather than using Taii Wakeen, this lets me commit more to the board. Okay, yep. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Sulfum. I'm going to Fear Fire Foes. X equals 0. Yes, I know. Targeting Heliod to deal 1 damage, which is actually 2 damage with Sulfum. Which draws me cards. Oh, no, I'm trying to attack in. Go to combat. Attack a Johnny so we can't minus again. They are going to be able to gain life. That's okay. I have a Sulfum in play. That makes number go up. See that? That dealt more damage. Because it's non-combat. Non-combat! It dealt 2. Chandra's Incinerator, my beloved. I can't wait to use you. Oh, hey, remember how I, like, put all that effort into killing everything? The ranks have returned. They've returned to the ranks. That's that card that, Amalia combo decks play, right? Uh-oh. Soren's gonna be able to flippy dippy. Ah! And how much life did they gain this turn? 4? 5? I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. You killing Sulfum? That's rough, buddy. Don't say you're my better. Oh, I'm paying 3 life. Got a land. I gotta kill one of these 2 guys. I think Soren's actually a little scarier here. I'm gonna bop him. And then they can bop me! Look, you can give this creature life kick. Ah, it's a Soldier's Edict. Right, we knew about that from the Explore. Hey, wait. Why is Amalia in the graveyard? Drake? Why is Amalia in the graveyard? I guess I also could have left Taii Wakeen in the grave for Flage. Gain some life. Buff the Traveling Minister. Buffer again. Buffer again. Admittedly, they probably have a bunch of ways to, like, return it from the graveyard. Lunarch Veteran can also be brought out from the graveyard. Uphead are still above their starting life total. This becomes a 4/4. Does not die to the Flage thing, but this will die from the Flage thing. Ooh, Fire Emancipation. Okay, do I live long enough for that? Next turn, next turn, next turn. I could also, like, Chandra's Incinerator this turn. If I go for face. No, I think this is smarter. So we're going to bring out Flage. Bop a Johnny. Now we have a big old fancy 6/6. Practice open for red. I'm going to play a Johnny. Johnny's like, hey, wait, who's that guy that just died? Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's nobody. You don't have to worry about that, Johnny. Okay. That's a really fun card. I made sure I left my Roiling Vortex up. What, you want to tap, huh? You want to gain a life? Sorcery speed. That's right. Fire Emancipation. Blade. Blast the Angel of Destiny. Absolutely obliterate it. Saying nice? Thanks. Behold my monkey! And now this time, out of pure impatience, I'm going to do this in upkeep. Your opponents can't gain life this turn. No life gain. Great. That also dealt 3, which is cool. By the way, this is also going to deal 3 damage to me. These are both very symmetrical. And we win. They weren't able to reanimate her again, which seems good. I don't actually think them playing her again would have made that much of a difference, though. Still, pretty nice for us. GG. Queza, Augur of Agonies. They draw cards, I lose life. It's a one-hit combo with Peer into the Abyss. And it's also just generally very good. And for some reason, they made it slightly stronger in Arena. I do not know why. But I have a plan. This game, you know what my plan is? Blood Moon. I don't care if it cuts me off from white mana. Blood Moon. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. Because I know what I need. What I need is Blood Moon. We're going to start with Taii Wakeen. Taii Wakeen, you getting countered? You get to resolve? Are you being killed? Cut down? No, they're just considering something. Yes. Are you playing Queza this turn? Are you killing Taii Wakeen? Choose your priorities wisely. They may also just have, like, a counter spell. So let's find out. We're gonna play Blood Moon! Blood Moon! Yeah, alright, fine. I attack for 2. My plans have been foiled. I'm setting up for damage next turn. Full Shatter. I can cast that again. Just kidding, it's a board wipe. come on, no. Faces Kakazan. And Taii Wakeen. No, 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 no. They still have 4 lands. It's weird for us to have more mana than them. I'm a Boros deck. Hey, look, a land! A land that will hurt you. They don't want to play your commander or nothing? No, they just want to hold up Soul Shatter. Had to put full control mode on here. Lightning Helix. Getting all that damage. Pew pew. Actually, would have been, I think, 1 more damage if I had waited until after Taii Wakeen's thing resolved. That's fine with me. Everybody dies! Are you ready? Queza? No, Liliana. Okay, well, if Liliana minuses to kill Taii Wakeen, we have a way to get around it. Also, creatures are not killed here. They are exiled, which means that Liliana does not draw cards, which is good for me. I like that. I'm willing to sacrifice the etching. Ugh, but I don't like it. Like, I'd rather keep this alive. Especially since all I have is lands here. They're techie lands, but they're just lands. If you're wondering, Amy, why are you not holding that back so you can, like, I don't know, run them up? Because I'm planning on using this, Sokenzan, for the minus, to get around having to sacrifice my 2 creatures. Because that's kind of what I'm feeding them into here. Things are happening. We channel Sokenzan. It's harder to counter than your average spell, and we sacrifice the 2 little dudes. You playing Queza? That's board life. Oh, man! Well, at least you're kind of awesome. Holla holla! Marius Kala. We got 2 Angel Warriors. And I can fly. Which means I don't have lethal, but I have very close to lethal next turn. No, to fairy. No, no. Don't bounce my beautiful angels. I just finished making those. I hate you to fairy. I have so much vitriol for certain cards. I think we kill Liliana. Play Taii Wakeen. I think actually I'm gonna play the land too, because I can use it to fetch the Surveil land. And I will wait until the last possible moment to do it. Yeah, alright. Planeswalkers can now proliferate. Almost like your deck is built around Planeswalkers. Stop putting counters on things. Stop. Okay. Because this is shouldered, I want to get my drawing done now. Surveil. If it's a burn spell, we like that. Fearfire Foes. Okay, Fearfire Foes lets me kill the token in the Shouldered, but it doesn't do anything about Teferi. But it will draw me a card. So I'm gonna keep it. Here we go. We grab it. This is for me. Mm-hmm. We want to do x equals 1, except it's 4. Great news! I found a way to kill the fairy. Yeah, if I had enough mana, I would just go for killing them with the Ramanop. I don't yet, but I might soon. So it costs 4 plus the desert, which means I can increase it. You're at instant speed, right? Yeah. So right now it deals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Not enough. Spiking it to fairy. Yeah, but now I realize, like, oh man, there's a chance I could have been able to... Wait a minute. You're gonna lose 2 life. I was gonna say, I can do it twice. I have 2 deserts, yeah. But it doesn't matter, because, like, they're the ones who are gonna kill themselves. Yeah. You gain a life. You gain a life. Certainly you can't gain more life, right? Well, they can gain another life. They're now out of range of being ruined by the Ramanop. Banefire off the top. This also brings them up to 4 life. Banefire off the top. I have Banefire in this deck, right? I think I do. Decidedly not a Banefire. No, it is not a Banefire. Okay, let's see if we can get Taii Wakeen to survive. She almost certainly will not. Between the draw onto Fairy and the, they have a Flip this Canta too, I think.
You know what?
Ow. Yep, they're drawing cards. The cards hurt. The Teferi is very high loyalty. If they attacked with this, I would have been forced to block. No. No! Not the meat hook! They can ult to Fairy. I got so close. So close. What a comeback? I know. Sometimes you just draw an out. In fact, that's like Queza's whole thing, is drawing it out. He's a card draw card. Well, Teferi. What do we have here? Do I have boots in this deck? I do have boots. Yeah, they proliferate. Oh, Teferi who draws the cards. They can exile any of my permanents whenever they draw a card. So they're gonna plus, they're gonna draw a card, it's gonna deal damage to me. I'm not gonna have a blocker. If they can draw one more card, I'm dead this turn. So can you do it? Can you draw one more card? No? Oh. Okay. Wow, I have 3 deserts? didn't even realize I had 3 of them. Get him! It did not make a difference. But I love that our deserts are all the burn lands. So close. Always manipulating time, huh, Teferi? Always exiling my stuff. GG, Queza. Tamio, Inquisitive Student. I run into one of these just a couple games ago. I had a Cavern of Souls, and they conceded because they couldn't deal damage to me. They didn't like that. Well, I'm gonna try again, and this time I don't have any anti-counter spell tech, but I do have some anti-non-creature spell tech in my opening hand. I have Esper Sentinel, who's going to say, yeah, you want to cast counter spells? You pay the 1. So my guess is that right here, they're holding up a wash away. Go for it. My commander, wet. My cards, drawn. I'm gonna draw that. I'm feeling maybe some monkey business soon. Tamio, hello. Tamio, actually, wait, it'll land first. Tamio, would you mind dying? Excellent. Tamio has been removed from play. We play the monkey. The monkey gets scolded, but we get to draw another card. As for Sentinel, get him! Sulfin will double my non-combat damage. Cool. Thermo Alchemist. They could have led with the Firebrand Archer. They're both good, though. This one can attack a lot better. Just make sure I have a balanced amount of both colors, even though I am going to want more red than white overall. Swinging for another 1 damage. Firebrand Archer! Casting. Non-creature. Spells. Deals damage. Straight to your face. Sulfim. Does it land? Malcolm? That boring thing? Firebrand Archer, kill them! Oh, do you pay the 1? You don't. I see. Die, Malcolm. Ooh, they're cruising. Just trying to get some mana. Do you pay the 1? They paid the 1. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel against spells decks can be pretty nice, huh? Once again, a nice concession from a Tamio because we managed to stick spells on the board. I'd say GG, but honestly, I hate that deck, so no. Not GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you want to come hang out with me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Amazonian's the place to do it. Also, I want to say thank you so much. I've had a couple new subscribers over on my Ko-fi. Thank you so much for helping support my channel. I do really appreciate it because ad revenue is just, unfortunately, not always enough. This deck, I have a few things to say about it. Number 1, it's really cool. Number 2, it is really hard to pilot if you're not paying attention. Number 3, you did not see the crazy misplays I made while piloting this deck if you were just watching the YouTube video, because there are some wild replacement effects and interactions and very specific pieces of text that you have to deal with when you're playing Taii Wakeen. Like, what if you're increasing the damage with Taii Wakeen, but you're also replacing how much damage is being dealt with, or you're Ashenil, but also you're tripling the damage with Fiery Emancipation, and then you're also going to be dealing damage directly to your opponent, which discounts this, which then allows you to cast some additional spells for less mana, which then allows you to bounce the damage onto something else using Toralf, and that damage is also being increased by the Taii Wakeen and everything else, and yeah, there's a lot going on with this deck, but it's really fun, and if you like complex interactions, Taii Wakeen is actually a really cool card to use with those cool interactions. I will say this deck list, as it is very fun to use, I will definitely recommend it if you're looking for a Boros burn. And if you want like a slightly more straightforward Boros burn deck, maybe something like Flage would be fun, or Rem Careless, something that's just there to deal damage. And yeah, somebody chat says that's a lot. It is a lot. There is a lot going on with this deck. Thank you so much for watching, though. And have a brawlful day. I hope you like this deck as much as I did.